Welcome to the Airbnb Roadmap, the podcast designed to navigate you through the entire journey of short-term rental success. Whether you're just starting out or ready to take your hosting game to the next level. My husband and I became super hosts within just months of launching our first Airbnb and have proudly kept that title ever since. With over 350 reviews and an overall 4.95 star ratings, we picked up a hack or two I'm excited to share with you. In each episode, I break down the strategies, insights, and industry secrets that set profitable short-term rentals apart. From choosing the right property, understanding local regulations, and obtaining your listing to go beyond just the basics. I'm here to share everything you need to succeed. So if you're ready to map out your path to Airbnb success and unlock the full potential of short-term rentals, join me on the Airbnb Roadmap. Your journey starts here. Hey, I'm Brittany Wenninger, and welcome back to another episode of the Airbnb Roadmap podcast. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. Oh, and also, happy holidays. Welcome back. I have found my new pet peeve, and that is when daycare says that they are closed for the day because of weather. Well, I totally get safety. I get it. But my husband drove to work and he was like, literally, it's fine. It's not even that bad out. And I think that is my new pet peeve because we are still paying for daycare. It's weird. And I know that it's very windy out, but not that bad. And it's the day after all of the holiday shenanigans. That's great. And here, us adults are we have to get stuff done, which is so funny because back in the day, literally I would love to have school be closed. Now it's when they say that school's closed, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Anyways, we are going to take this episode in a different direction this time because, well, one, because I can, and two, I want to kind of zoom out and reflect on the past year because when I look back on everything that happened in 2025 was honestly, it felt unreal. This year stretched me in so many directions, personally, professionally, emotionally, and a business owner that completely reshaped how I think about short-term rentals, time, and what success actually looks like. Before Baby Melanie, I was hustle, go, wake up, work, go to bed, working, laptop still in my lap. And obviously that is not how life should be. You need to enjoy life. Yes, you should hustle and grind as much as possible before having kids. That is what I'm realizing, before having kids. And if you're already at the stage that you have kids, grind but still make the kids a priority because it is wild how our goals have completely shifted with short-term rentals and balancing family and work and rentals and just life in general. At the beginning of 2025, technically in 2024, I found out I was pregnant. And very exciting. We were trying, we wanted to start a family, so found out I was pregnant. And at the beginning of 2025, Clay was like, we need to get one last short-term rental underneath our belt before Baby Melanie arrives. And at the time, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And I think that was 100% my pregnancy talking because when I had a very easy pregnancy, thank God. Very easy pregnancy. And during my pregnancy, I had a lot of energy and a lot of drive. So that was 100% my drive talking of let's go, let's get another property. So what do? We got another property. So we launched that property in May, just weeks after having our baby girl in April. So beginning of 2025, got the property under contract, was renovating. April, had Baby Melanie, and then in May, we launched it. which still blows my mind when I say that loud, because literally I was renovating a cabin when I was 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant, went to the hospital, had the baby, and then we actually went back to the property just, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks after having baby Melanie to wrap up renovations. Like, again, saying this out loud, absolutely ridiculous. You know, we had to do what we had to do, and I could have stayed home with my parents to take care of baby Melanie. But truthfully, I knew that Clay really wanted to spend time with her and didn't want to miss literally a second of baby Melanie's life. So that's why I decided to go to the property, and I didn't renovate. I just kind of like hung back, did the mother shenanigans. But still, knowing that we wrapped up another rental property after she was born, and we wrapped it up just a couple weeks after, it was quite wild. But that season of like launch time really forced me to get extremely honest with myself about systems. There was no powering through, no doing everything manually. And honestly, it was like no room for chaos. If something was not streamlined, it simply was just not happening. And it made me realize the priorities of what is actually important. Is this system that isn't really a system, should it be a system, or should I just put it on the back burner? So systems were pretty much my lifeline during that time, mainly because if it wasn't in a system, it wasn't getting done, because I really pride myself on having everything be automated. If it's not automated, it's not happening. In the middle of all of that shenanigans, we still made space for life, which is good, obviously, very good to do, but very hard. We traveled to Mexico. We spent time at our family cabin in Balsam Lake and kind of reminded ourselves the whole point of investing in short-term rentals. It was never just more. Well, honestly, at the beginning, it was. But now it's all about freedom, and more flexibility. That mind shift alone just changed how I approach every decision now, from renovations to furnishing to automations. When you are on vacation and you get that great email from Airbnb or Vrbo or Direct Bookings saying your payout is on its way, it's $854, or your payout is on its way and it's $1,600. That feeling is so good. That is like I accomplished what I wanted to do, and look where we are at right now. And I don't mean that in like a braggish type of way, but when you are sitting on a beach in Mexico and your phone dings, one, try not to have your phone on the beach in Mexico, but if you're a property manager, you kind of have to do it. Your phone dings, you look at it, and it says you're getting paid $1,300. That feels so good because you did not do shit. Sorry for swearing, but it's true. And I don't want to say like you didn't do anything, because you absolutely did. But at that moment, all of your systems were set up, all of your guest messages, every single thing was placed that you did not have to do a single thing, but yet you still got paid $1,300 by sitting on a beach. At that time, when that was rolling in, and don't get me wrong, like before 2025, we did have rentals. We had 2 of them. Cash flow was coming in. We were still happy. But when your phone dings a lot and it's all of these payouts coming your way because all of your rental properties are booked up, like there's no feeling in the world. I can't even describe the feeling of like, we did it. We did it. Now, of course, with all of this chaos, got back from all the family vacations, and then our plate wasn't that full, even though it totally was full with Baby Melanie, but our life was systemized. It felt good. Baby Melanie was doing her thing. She was learning. Why not add a little cherry on top for 2025? And that was another property. So in, I believe, September, we went under contract for another property that was technically 2 Airbnbs. And we did this because honestly, I don't think that the grind will ever stop with Clay and I, unfortunately. And I did say after this launch, we are done for a couple years of buying and renovating because I just want to take Baby Melanie to the zoo, and not like saying that we can't do it now, but when you are renovating every single weekend, especially when both of us have full-time jobs, every single weekend is going to renovations. So we want to use this time and kind of just spend it, like use the weekends and actually spend it with our daughter. Crazy, right? But at the end of the day, this year taught me that things do not calm down. You just build smarter. And you might be working full-time jobs, raising kids, and planning a family or juggling a million responsibilities. And it can feel like starting or scaling an Airbnb has to wait until things calm down. Just like what I just mentioned, things will never calm down, ever. And the fact that we had Baby Melanie and then we're like, oh, our life calmed down a little bit, it didn't actually calm down. I just had the time to build more automations and build it smarter than what I had before. And because of that, we were able to purchase 2 other Airbnbs and then launch them. So as life goes on, you are constantly scaling your life, scaling your family life, your work life, your hobbies, your Airbnbs. It may feel like that when you say, hey, I'm done for the season, I'm done for a couple years, you are not taking a step back whatsoever. You are actually pausing, reevaluating all your systems, making sure that they are working for you and that they are smarter and stronger. And then you're going to scale again. Just by Clay and I saying we are going to take a year or 2-year pause does not mean that we are stopping or giving up. We are just pausing, prioritizing our family, and then going to scale once again. And honestly, whenever I tell people that we're going to pause for a year or two, everyone always laughs at us. They're like, oh, okay, like we'll see that. Well, you know what? You will see it because this is true. We are going to stop for a little bit. And all of this being said about pausing and people honestly making fun of us because they think that we aren't, that realization is actually what kind of led me to finish and refine the Airbnb Roadmap Acceleration course. I did not set out to create a course that was just a course. I created it because I needed honestly, I kind of did it for myself, not gonna lie, because I wanted to get all of my systems on paper and I wanted to make sure all of my SOPs were amazing, and the realization and the realisticness of investments is all in this course. And I do not sugarcoat anything. I don't say, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, even though it kind of is. I tell you how hard it is, and it's not easy. And it is very exhausting. But when you are sitting on a beach and you get all these payout emails, damn, that felt good. And it feels good. Even as I'm sitting in the office, I literally just got an email saying Airbnb payout. That is the most rewarding part. And the Airbnb acceleration course helps you do all of this. It tells you how to buy one, tells you how to launch one, how to grow and still be able to travel and get these crazy emails. It tells you how to do all of this. And honestly, it helps me get stuff on paper for even my systems and my processes. Everything that you see is literally what I use every single day, and it's what I use for all of my Airbnb clients that are trying to purchase in Wisconsin. And we are all thriving and succeeding. And it's crazy to me how all of these other courses charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for something that I literally put in this course for fun fact, we are doing the launch party and it is starting like in a couple days. And the launch party has some crazy discounts. Honestly, I'm low-key kind of losing money on it, but it's all good. Anyways, getting back, what is actually inside the course? I walk you through finding the right property, analyzing deals, honestly, like realistically, because sometimes people fluff numbers. Do not fluff the numbers. Be realistic. But we go through navigating rules and regulations because that's something that like no one knows about wildly. And then talking about writing strong, like investor focused offers. That is huge because you can do all of the research, figure out all of your numbers, but if you don't get an accepted offer, you're not getting the property. And we also talk about setting up your Airbnb in a way that is prioritizing ROI. And that is huge. I have seen so many clients, not my clients, but other people's clients that spend $200,000 or $300,000 just renovating a property. And does that even make sense in that property, in that market? Honestly, no. Their ROI is completely shot. So that is huge to figure out what to prioritize for your ROI. We talk about furnishing with intentions. We talk about automations, cleaning systems, quality control. I'm just thinking about this all off the top of my head. Guest communication. I literally give you all of the messages that I send my guests that just makes it so easy. We get so many guests, so many that says communication was on point. Communication was amazing. Guess what? I didn't even talk to them whatsoever. We talk about pricing and we talk about deductions, tax deductions. Tax season's coming up. You need to deduct all your furniture, people. That was just super random, but very true. I'm not looking forward to tax season. But anyways, getting back to it. All of this stuff is in the course, and it's literally the roadmap. Wow, Airbnb roadmap. That makes sense. The roadmap to getting from point A to point B to C, D, E, F, however many points you want to get based off of your lifestyle and your goals. So to support this launch, we are doing a 4-week, and I already talked about this, but it's a 4-week launch party, and I am so excited about this just because I don't like to inflate education prices. This is educating yourself. You need to learn this stuff to pretty much get your first Airbnb and learn all of the nuances with it. And why would I inflate the price? Because you need that money for renovations. I don't want your money. I don't need to be making boohoo bucks off of you guys. That is not my intention. My intention is to help you and educate you. So over the 4 weeks, I will be showing up. You purchase the course. You can ask me any question you may have. If you are even about to launch your first Airbnb, you already did all the other shenanigans and you were about to launch it, you can still purchase the course, kind of like fact check yourself and figure out like, okay, like am I doing this right? What am I doing wrong? And so on and so forth. And then you can ask me anything whatsoever for the month of January. Ask me whatever you want. I will be there 24/7. Maybe not 24/7. I do go to bed at like 8 p.m. and I wake up at like 5. So in between those times, I would like to sleep. Just saying. But you can ask me anything. And this is all part of the launch party of, hey, I'm there with you. I am ready to grind with you. I'm just not going to be picking up a hammer this time. I will be behind the screen helping and answering any questions that you may have. 2025 has been very wild. So wild. Thank you so much for supporting the Airbnb Roadmap podcast in 2025. We are over 1 year mark, and seeing the Spotify wrap up it honestly brought tears to my eyes, knowing that this podcast is doing a lot better than others, because secretly I'm kind of competitive, and when I saw that, I was like, fuck yeah. Sorry for swearing, but it's true. I was super, super stoked about that. So thank you again for supporting us, and I look forward to seeing you in the acceleration course and chit-chatting with you. I will see you in 2026, gang. Keep it real. Thanks for joining me on the Airbnb Roadmap. If you're loving these episodes and want to keep the conversation going, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who's ready to dive into the world of short-term rentals. Got a question or topic you would love to hear about? Reach out. This podcast is all about learning and growing together. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the Airbnb Roadmap Podcast, for more tips, tricks, and behind-the-scene insights. Until next time, here's to turning your short-term rental dreams into thriving realities. I'll see you back here soon.